Alright. The topic that I am refuting is about the Cal Poly transfer to the semester system. My opponent's main claim, the advocate's main claim is converting to the semester system at Cal Poly will harm the academic sections of the university. His secondary claims are: 1. Current students during the conversion will suffer. 2. Faculty will suffer due to the conversion. And 3. Future students will suffer due to the conversions. I will go through his evidence on each point and explain why his evidence is insubstantial and how the data can be misrepresented. For his first secondary claim that current students during the conversion will suffer, the evidence gathered is from the Cal Poly website. The evidence itself is more hypothetical, as in like this could happen, it may be like this, rather than factual. Cal Poly does not know whether or not everything that happens during the conversion system will be set in stone. His claim that it would not be possible to guarantee every unit of current students can be refuted on the same website. There's a pledge to students that Cal Poly would mimic that other universities have done. This pledge would guarantee that all of the students would keep all the units from the conversion from quarter system to semester system. That takes care of his first supporting claim. The second point: faculty will suffer due to the conversion. His main point to this argument was that the faculty will have to work harder during the time to rearrange all the classes, and that there would not be enough funds for all classes to be converted. On the Cal Poly website, it is true that it says there will not be enough funds for each individual class to be converted. Cal Poly website also goes on to say that there will more than likely be a committee within each department to ensure the successful transfer of each course from the quarter system to the semester system. Also, his point about the faculty having to work harder is more of a one-time deal. Also, it could be beneficial for faculty on a semester system, as they would have longer periods for sabbatical, as well as an extended time period to be teaching material. That way they're not always having the feeling of rush, as for students. His third point, that future students will suffer due to the conversion. He argues that students will average one more class per semester than they do per quarter, and that there will be a 10 to 15% increase in the number of classes over 50 students. And he goes on to quote Minnesota, Georgia Tech, and Utah State, which he got from the Cal Poly Pomona website. The Cal Poly Pomona website does not source or cite where it obtained this information. It does not say it came from this source or anything. It just posted it on the website, which seems to me a little iffy on the credibility of it. My counter-arguments to this is that he does not take into consideration that one more class over a semester isn't like taking one more class over a quarter. He doesn't point out any validity that one more class in a semester is exactly the same as one more class in a quarter. So it could be possible that one more class in a semester system will not be as harsh as taking one less class in a quarter system. And then he argues that tuition and fees will be paid in larger chunks. But the Cal Poly Pomona website goes on to say that the financial aid and loans received will be the same paid throughout the year. So there really should not be any argument in that. And then to back up why a semester system might be better for students, in an article posted by in the Aggie, the UC Davis student newspaper, a student pondered the question on why so few California's universities had YSOP California universities had semester system rather than had a quarter system rather than semester system. She goes on to say that most JCs have a semester system as well as high schools. This would be a better transition for future students into a college-based life, where they're coming from a semester system and going into a semester system. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, the structural stuff is fine. The challenge on the hypotheticals is okay, although I do think it's kind of funny because later on you're using some hypotheticals yourself, so you want to be careful about putting yourself in that special pleading category. Your labeling on the individual points is okay. I like the fact that you took information off of the Cal Poly site which is responsive to the issues that the advocate talked about on 2 points, one on the pledge to students to make sure their units carry, and the other on the committees being designed to make sure that the courses ultimately are adapted to the semester system. I thought that those were both perfectly appropriate. There's a general press on the 3rd point about the citation that is on the Cal Poly site being a little abstract, although that's not really a challenge to the inference being made there. It does undermine it a little bit, Gesundheit. You know, and I thought that you did try and put things into perspective a little bit, although I did think that the way you phrased it a couple of times was not as clear as it needed to be. It was actually a little confusing. The financial aid argument I thought was pretty reasonable. Finally, you do have a counterclaim on the general notion, and if you're going to make a counterclaim, I think it could be developed a little bit more. Here it just seems like sort of an afterthought. All right, thank you.